Hello, 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 hello. Change the channel. Sorry. Change channels. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Are you here? Let me see. Are you here? Thank you, followers, Instagram, Facebook. Let's see if somebody tells me. Okay, I'm checking to be sure that everything is okay, that you can hear me okay. Okay, well, anyway, you can always complain here, okay? Anyway, I had told you last week I wasn't going to connect, yes, because I'm already in Mexico City. I have seminar tomorrow, the easiest way to prosperity. By the way, I'm gonna do it in Zagreb this year. I'll be in Zagreb with hooponopono and the easiest way to prosperity, December 2nd and 3rd. But you guys that ask for English trainings, okay, now your opportunity. And even if you are in the United States, yes, you can travel. And you can have it in Amsterdam, December 16th. You can have it in New Delhi, November 11th, and then Zagreb. So, and maybe something else will show up. Thank you so much for being here. Well, I have a very important message for you. Arlene is a member in our community, and she shared a channeling from Crayon, through Lee Carroll. Many of you, I'm sure, you know them. And for me, it was very important. It really got to my heart, and I said I really have to do it, and I cannot wait, yes, to do this one more week because of everything that is happening around the world. Okay, so thank you, Sandra and Carmen and Lydia. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna start with I am the I. If you are in a safe place, you can close your eyes. Maybe you want to say it with me. I am the I. I come forth from the void into light. I am the breath that nurtures life. I am that emptiness, that hollowness beyond all consciousness. The I, the it, the all. I draw my bow of rainbows across the waters, the continuum of mind which matters. I am the incoming and outgoing of breath, the invisible, untouchable breath, the undefinable atom of creation. I am the I. I actually shared it in Spanish before, and I actually got a little bit emotional in one part because peace in the Middle East for me is very close to my heart for many, many years. So I got a little bit emotional. We'll see what happens here, okay? So, and again, thank you to Aline for sharing this with me. So for you, if you never heard of Crayon, Crayon is a gentle, loving entity and a magnetic master who is here to guide and connect us to our highest potential, God. This energy is omnipresent and experienced fully when we live beyond our identities. So again, what we are not. Okay, so this is what Lee Carroll shared before channeling Crayon. He says, we are experiencing a shift. It is a shift in consciousness on this planet, and humanity is beginning to awaken. I know. I know right now many of you are saying, if there is an awakening, what's going on. I don't see it. All I see is darkness. Let me give you a metaphor that Crayon has given over and over. When you turn on really bright lights in an old dark room, all the dirt begins to show dirt by the way that was always, but the dirt was always there. And all the ugly things that hidden in the dark for centuries are suddenly right out in the open. And those who operate in the darkness are doing their best, by the way, to keep that dirt there and eliminate the light. In the process of this dark light battle, We see things that just break our hearts. We certainly had a fair share of events that just are really horrible. We had fires, we had floods, all these devastating natural disasters where a significant loss of life has also occurred. And then there is those events that just shock you to the core, like human trafficking and war. I remember when there was a war that broke out, Russia, Ukraine, and now we have another situation in the Middle East. And again, it's so heartbreaking and distressing. So perhaps this message will help you navigate through the events that you are either directly or indirectly experiences, or you are watching from afar and you feel quite helpless. I mean, what you do when you see something that's worse and worse, and it brings you to your knees and you cannot stop crying or worrying about it. What can you do to help those who are going through a tragedy and you are witnessing this? What do you do when you feel as though your own compassion has been disabled? Well, the first step that Cryon asks us to do is to understand the dynamics of the dark energy that is before us. There is a light-dark battle happening right now, and what the darkness wants is for you to remain in sorrow. If you stay in that sorrowful place where all you can think about is how awful it is, or that the dark side is winning, then you are doing exactly what the all dark energy wants. As long as you are focused on watching what is taking place and feeling the effects of it, you are disabled. Cryon asks that we temper that, which is giving us sadness and empathy that brings us to a place of despair. These reactions can void and eliminate hope completely. God has told us over and over that the dark energy of this planet is scrambling for power and wants to take all of us back to a low energy earth. The quickest way to do that is to put us in fear, sorrow, and hopelessness. Without hope, there is no chance of the generation of light. We generate light as light workers. Remember, hope is an active energy of benevolence. You can even design benevolent action and consciousness and send it to places. And the quickest way to disable the ability to generate light is to squash a light worker and cover their light. If you remain in sorrow and grief, your engine of light is covered and you cower in the corner of hopelessness, and you send nothing to the field but more sadness. So instead of remaining in a place of despair, we are being asked to disable the seeming lack of hope and temper our empathy. Empathy is defined as the ability to share another person's feelings, as compassionate as that may sound. It is only when we can temper the process and get through it that we can develop something even better called compassionate action. The seeds of energy that are planted from a tragedy, a horrific event, they never go away. Time will temper them, but they will never go away. However, an old soul can transmute that and make a difference through compassionate action. Those seeds are then changed to something else instead of them lying there affecting our lives over and over. So again, this reminds me of what we do with hooponopono, erasing those memories, transmuting. Cryon tells us that is actually changing our past. Wow, what a concept. Those seeds of hopelessness and fear are transmuted into the creation of compassion and a feeling of being able to really make a difference. There is one of those new tools Cryon has talked about to the shift. It allows you to feel, sense, or visualize those who are either currently going through a tragedy or perhaps who, uh, who've gone through one in the past without being overwhelmed. Compassionate action allows you to reframe your grief into an action of compassion and send it to those who need it without even knowing someone's name or what they look like or anything. And again, when we clean with Ho'oponopono, we are erasing. We don't know what we are erasing. We are allowing God to do it. Yeah. We don't know how many lives we could be saving right now. Yeah. Because we are doing the cleaning, because we are not engaging, you know, doing our best, you know, not to engage, not to stay, not to buy the fear, not stay in sorrow. Uh, okay, you can visualize peace and laughter and inner joy and see God inside them. Did you know that science is on our side? It is proven that consciousness is energy. It can be measured as affecting physical things. That's how you combat the darkness. It is compassionate actions where you take the time to send out a ripple of love, compassion, and benevolence for better days ahead. And you have enough empathy for others, but you don't let stop you in your tracks. Instead, you convert it to light. Visualize peacefulness for those who have none. Give them what you have. If you are in a place of peace, send what you have and send it to them without any bias, okay, about who you think might deserve it or need it, okay? So that's what Lee Carroll shared, and now is what he channeled, yeah, so Crayon's message through Lee Carroll. Greetings, dear one, I'm Crayon of Magnetic Service. Why do we ask you, those listening to this, to find a state of peace and tranquility? The best answer I can give you is because what you experience right now as a human being listening to this, perhaps who is not in trouble, is that you can take that which you generate and literally send it around the world. That's what a light worker is. That's truly the definition. The lighthouses that guide those to safe harbors because you have a light. I would like to define something now and reveal something. The definition I would like to define is recovery. For those who have followed me and the messages that I have given during the particular time in the planet, you might have wondered why it is that I have labeled this year the year of discovery, the year of recovery. Both of them, actually, but recovery was the word I chose. The discovery is going on, and because you only allow one word per year from me, I didn't continue the discovery. Instead, I said recovery. But truly, you are still discovering things, aren't you? You are discovering that is not over recovery. How could describe this year as the year of recovery? What are you recovering from? And now I will reveal it. What is going on right now is when someone is in a dark coma. Give me 1 second, please. Sorry. I know we have a lot of noise that I cannot avoid, but there are some that I know. I'm sorry, but I think this is too important and I don't want. Okay, so hopefully, okay, I don't want to make it, okay? We'll see. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm gonna say what is going on right now when someone is in a dark coma and they've been there for some time. You go to the hospital, perhaps on the place where they are kept, and you check in to see if they awaken, yeah, but they are still in coma. And then one day you might get that message from the hospital or wherever they are being kept that there is an awakening starting to go on. They are recovering from a coma, and you may go there and they are opening their eyes. What has happened since I went into the coma? They ask. What is that new or different? What have I missed? How long have I been in the coma? This is a metaphor of a recovering humanity from a dark coma of the past that you've been in. You are starting to awaken from darkness into a discovery of light. And in the process, there is a friction of dark against the light that is showing up. This is not new news. And for those of you hearing this for the first time, dear ones, this was predicted by the ancients, and you can see it in the stone walls that they scribed it in. This is the time, the procession of the equinoxes, that humanity would destroy itself or awaken. You understand? This is a choice, destroy ourselves or awaken. The time has passed for the distraction. You have been awakening for some time. This is what's going on. Humanity in general is starting to awaken to light. And those who are invested in the dark really are in trouble. Have you noticed, even just this year, how the sparks are there and now things are happening? You never expected it to happen in ways so alarming, yes? You might think the dark is winning. That's not what's happening. The dark is losing profoundly to the light, dear ones. Take a look at the reaction of the worlds on the planet at this moment compared to the reactions of the worlds in the past on this planet 50 to 80 years ago. It seems that when one country goes, the others follow. They polarize themselves, they take sides, and it becomes another world war. In this particular case, those battles that are occurring have caused countries all over the planet not to take sides except one, compassion. And they are saying, how could this happen? We are not going to get involved. You know, dear ones, that's something that happened. There is really something happening when Switzerland is no longer neutral. You know that Europeans know that something has changed on this earth. When the countries don't raise their hand and say, well, yes, I'm in. I'm going to join this. And that, and there's polarization. There just isn't. They just isn't. It must be. Okay. There it is. It's more like small groups are making a lot of horror that's different, and they have something in common. If you notice, take a look at the commonalities that are happening with all that which is horrific at this time. They want to take you back 50 years, maybe even 80, to a time that all of you recognize and know about because those were your grandfather's times. It's not gonna work. And yet there are still those who believe it will, and they are invested in it. And as I said, and I have said, and I asked my partner to tell you, he's referring to Lee Carroll, if you buy into the hopelessness and the fear, they are winning. I know you don't want to hear this, but this was expected. I know you didn't want to hear that. It didn't have to be as horrific as it is. Humans have free choice on how to treat things. They always knew. We're just a little bit, they are just a little bit out of balance. For instance, let me ask you this, mothers and fathers, whether you are on this planet listening to this, what do you teach your children about your neighbors? What have you perhaps unconsciously taught children about who is around you, even on the planet? And I always say this, as long as you teach them who to hate, and you pull out the past and tell them they should hate them, that's where the hopelessness comes from. Mothers, fathers, I have some advice for all of you. I would say this: be careful of what you teach your children. You can teach them the history that used to be, and you can tell them the history that can be. Instead, in an old history like those, Instead of perpetuating, I will repeat, you can teach them the history that used to be, and you can tell them the history that can be. Instead of perpetuating something for centuries, you can stop it now. The advice for humanity: get the younger leaders, because they are the ones who are not invested in an old history like those that perhaps are here listening to this now. There are so many things that humanity can do right now to temper all of this and win much, much faster. When I mean peace, this doesn't mean peace when, hold on, because sometimes the transcription is not exactly. There are so many things that humanity can do right now to temper all of this and win much, much faster. When doesn't mean win. It doesn't have to mean peace, but it doesn't mean either winning the war. It's a conscious victory that we choose, that you choose. And that's why you are listening to this. I have a suggestion. I had suggestion for the United Nations. I've been there 7 times. Those suggestions, of course, were laughed at because they are not practical. They go against political savvy, and none of them have ever been taken to heart. But now here, there is one that someone may actually put together. It may not be in a perfect way, but it will cast attention in a very, very benevolent way to what's happening. All of you are wishing to do something about what's going on, yes? And I'm telling you, the energy of 1 billion people thinking the same benevolent, compassionate thoughts are profound. They change so much, it's just a matter of getting you together. That's how many could be involved, more than 1 billion if you did it right. A new kind of world peace, a new kind of world peace day, perhaps, except it's not a day. It's just 4 minutes. 4 minutes where everyone on the planet can stop, whether it's daytime or nighttime, or if you have to get up in the middle of the night. There is 4 minutes where everything will be turned off, which is especially the media. In 4 minutes, everyone will cast their eyes upon seeing everyone on this planet as God sees them. That works for all religions. Dear ones, see those in trouble as God sees them and love them accordingly. That's all. You don't have to send them a doctrine. You don't have to send them what you think they need. I'm just asking to send the energy to those in trouble. Give me 1 second. Want to mark something. When the entire planet starts to focus on that, there will be an awakening of the others. This is profound stuff you want to continue. There'll be some perhaps objections because the doctrines aren't right. It's time for you to relax. That 4 minutes of sending peace. What does your God say about that? Your God says, do it. Do it, Muslims, Jews, Christians, others, doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. God is the same one. How does God see what you do right now? I will say to you, dear ones, it's time to change things, and this is the way it is done. This has been proven so many times through the experiments of those who are trying to prove, see, and know about collective consciousness affecting other places. What if 1 billion people simply stop for 4 minutes? 4 is the structure of the universe. Everything is divisible by 4. The universe base is 12. 4 minutes, stop and think about those in trouble and send them what you have. There are those listening to this and say, well, that's not going to do anything. And if you think that you haven't paid, if you think that, is that you haven't paid attention to the latest science. You haven't paid attention to what's going on the planet and the changes of consciousness and how humans are starting to awaken and care about each other in a much better way. I'm telling you this, that this planet is waking up from a coma. They are recovering from darkness. The things you say on this planet now don't have to the things you see on this planet now don't have to last and last and last. History doesn't have to repeat itself. And now you'll say the words. This could be, and now I will say these words. This could be the final battle. When you realize it doesn't work, when you realize none of them ever have, this could be the final battle of this planet. And if you make that, everything starts to change. When the earth is and the earth becomes a safe place to be, safer and safer. And as this happens, the invasions will be delivered to you. They have been waiting. How to grow food, how to make electricity, how to clean the water, and stellar inventions that you haven't thought of yet. All of that are waiting for you when you stop fighting with each other. I see multidimensional Earth. I see energies that are lurking and waiting to come forward when it's no longer dangerous to come forward. These are the things I've always told you about. This planet has a light source. It cannot be stopped. And the dark is fighting for their existence, and they are going to lose. Stay with me. 4 minutes. Who's going to put that together? We can do this. It's time. I'm in love with you, all of you. These are the days I came for. What I've been talking about. I predicted this. Let's make them short. And so it is. So that was Crayon's message. And what I'm going to ask you, if you are willing, is that we do these 4 minutes, more or less. And And we get into this state of peace and share it with the world and share it with the people that needs this. Are you willing? Okay, so I would propose that we start with the, let's see, that we start with, breathing. Yeah, remember how we do it? This is a hooponopono cleaning tool. So back straight, feet on the floor. We put these 3 fingers together, okay? And then we open, we interlock it, and we form the infinity sign. We just put it on our legs or wherever comfortable. Okay, and how we do it? We just breathe and count only. So I inhale through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I hold my breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I don't breathe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one time. We do that 7 times. And I will ask you, after you do that, if you are in a safe place and you close your eyes, please stay with your eyes closed. And now we stay there. We take a deep breath. And with each breath that we take, we inhale love, peace, harmony, tolerance, acceptance. And with each exhale, we just let go of war, hatred, opinion, judgments. Whatever you feel you are ready to let go with each exhalation. You keep doing this, you keep breathing, relaxing your forehead, your eyelids, your jaw. You notice with each deep breath, you are relaxing more. If you feel there is a part of your body that is tense or painful, you can just breathe in that area. You are in a safe place. You can relax. And I'm going to ask you to put your hands in your heart and start breathing in your heart. See how your heart can breathe. Your heart knows better. Put your awareness and your attention in your heart. Your heart always is radiating eternal state of peace, love, compassion, benevolence. There is an infinite intelligence within your heart. we are creating a field of coherence, all focusing on our love, our hearts. We're amplifying. If you are connecting with that place of peace in your heart, let's send that out to those in this moment who do not have that. Let us collectively release this state of peace into the field around us. And the intelligence of the field will direct this energy exactly where it's needed. All you have to do is remain in this state of tranquility, relaxation, and peace. It's one of the new tools that Cryon has talked about. It allows you to feel, sense, or visualize those who are either currently going through a tragedy or perhaps who've gone through one in the past, but without being overwhelmed. Compassionate actions allows you to reframe your grief into an action of compassion and send it to those who need it without even knowing someone's name or what they look like or anything. You can visualize peace and laughter and inner joy and see God inside them. It is compassionate actions where you take the time to send out a ripple of love, compassion of benevolence for better days ahead. If you are in a place of peace, send what you have and send it to them without any bias about who you think might deserve it or need it. You're amplifying each other's intentions. We are casting our eyes upon seeing everyone on this planet as God sees them. And this works for all religions. See those in trouble as God sees them and love them accordingly. That's all. Your God says, just do it. Just do it. Muslim, Jews, Christians, other, doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. God is the same one. We take a deep breath. We come back to the here and now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that chose to participate. I hope you share this. Let's make it a ripple effect. Don't forget to take, I don't know, 4 minutes in the morning, 4 minutes at night. You can make a big difference. You are special. We need you. Please wake up. Please believe. Okay? Do not engage with the news because that's contributing, to what we don't want to attract. Please let go and trust. Please let's allow God to correct. Remember, this doesn't have to take long, okay? Or keep repeating itself. We can really change the world. So again, thank you. I will definitely ask you, this is not Mabel's message. This is a very important message, and I think we all have the responsibility to share it with others. So I hope you share it. I hope you comment. I hope you give it a like. I hope you subscribe. I hope you click on the bell, to get notifications. I think this is important right now. And I hope you feel it the same way I do. That's why, like I said, I was not going to connect today, but I thought this cannot wait. And again, I don't know if Arlene is here, but thank you, Arlene, for sharing this. And everybody, I don't know if we have people right here. I don't know if Yevgeny is here or something. I didn't see, but I know they will watch it later. Thank you, everybody. And I'm going to say goodbye with a peace of I. Peace be with you. All my peace, the peace that is I, the peace that is I am, the peace for always, now and forever and evermore. My peace I give to you, my peace I live with you. Not the world's peace, only my peace, the peace of I. Goodbye. Thank you. And I hope to see you in the trainings.